Alright, hello everybody again. So the Volvo, basically what happened is there was a misfueling mishap. There was 22 liters worth of petrol that got put in it. So obviously now that that's been removed and some fresh diesel's been put in it, and there was a little bit of used engine oil that also got put in it, we're going to do a leak back test on the injectors just to make sure that everything is within spec. Spec on these D5s, the Euro 3 anyway, I'm not sure about the other ones, should be no more than 40 milliliters per minute. So what we'll do now that we have all the injectors hooked up and the bottles that are in correlation with the injectors in space, we'll start the car up and see where our specifications are. If you're wondering what this is a return line. Normally that line goes across the injectors and goes back in, but obviously now that that's not on there, to deal with the return line, I just have a piece of hose put over top of this hose here and down into a canister down on the ground. So with no further ado, let's fire this thing up and see what our specs are. Already looks like injector number 2 and potentially 3 are going to win the race. And if you're wondering why the fuel looks a bit dark, it's because of that used engine oil that got put in it. So we're going to run this test for 2 minutes just so that we have an as accurate as possible result. Something's wrong with my tester here. 2 minutes. Go ahead and shut that off. Seems I'm having an issue with one of these flowing. I don't know if there's something wrong with it or what. Let's see if I can blow some air through the other end of it. Nope, totally clogged. Well, you get what you get with these cheap Amazon kits. There's obviously a casting defect in there. The hose is fine, so we'll just grab the other one here, stick that in, dump all the bottles out and resume the test. Kind of annoying, but this is precisely why I'm going to run the test for 2 minutes, because it should be under 80 milliliters. Sorry. And it looks like definitely injector number 2 is putting out quite a bit of fuel. So verified that that's flowing. Get that stuck down in there. Okay. Back in a moment. Okay, now we've got all the bottles empty. Verified that there's flow through that one, number 5. Emptied out the lines as much as I care to. It's not going to be a super scientific measurement anyway, so let's start this back up and try again. again, it looks like 2 and 3 are definitely flowing quite a bit more. I'm just guessing, but it looks like number 4 and 5 are actually relatively normal, but we'll see what the test comes up with. While that's running, I'll just walk away so that you can hear me. This kit here I got off Amazon. I think it was 25 pounds. There's 6 of those bottles. You get 6 of each different injector return line type. You get these little vials, and must be the other ones over there. These guys here. There's my return fuel line off of the engine. This is what goes into the injectors. But as far as the misfuel mishap goes, that was definitely my fault. I mistakenly put petrol in it, not even paying attention. Over in the States, all of our diesel pumps are green or yellow, and over here in the UK it's the opposite. Everything over here is the green pumps are petrol. So mistakenly I pumped in petrol into my diesel engine. So my mistake, but now I'm gonna have to fix whatever happens. Looks like injectors are probably going to be a good start, but now we're at 2 minutes. Let's see where we're at on the bottle. Well, according to this, we're within spec. I'm definitely suspect of number 2 and 3 though, so I'll let it run for another minute and see where it's at. Just now that there's less air in the lines. So 240. Let it run for another 10 seconds. So that was 3 minutes that we gave it. Let's see where our lines are. Number 2 is just above 8, and number 3 is about 7. Definitely these two are well within spec, which I'm actually kind of surprised by, considering they look like they're the oldest one of the bunch, the oldest ones. So to play it safe, I will probably replace these two at least. I may replace all 3 of these first 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3. I'm not terribly surprised by that. This one here has been pretty chewed up. I'm assuming it's been replaced before, or taken out at least at some point. So there you go. If you're ever wondering how to do a leak back test, that's, as far as I'm aware, that is how you do it. There's that other vial, which I'm not actually sure if that would even fit in them. I don't think that's the right connector. But that is the procedure anyway, as far as I'm aware. So stick around if you want to see some injectors get replaced. I do know for a fact that these are already loose, so that tells me that they have been out at least in the past. Don't know why. I don't really have any history on this car, so I won't have to use a slide hammer or any other techniques to pull them out. As far as the pump goes, to play it safe, considering the car has 250,000 miles on it and it's had a misfueling issue, I'll probably replace the pump for what they cost. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I saw one on eBay for about 35 pounds. Came from an engine that had 60,000 miles on it. As far as I'm concerned, that's about as good as a deal as you're gonna get. So that's probably the road we're going down. So again, if you want to see these things happen, I'll be replacing this and most likely these first 3 injectors. So stick around. Thanks for watching. So I just reran the test off camera and we did 2 minutes now that I had pretty much all the air out of the lines that's going to come out of the lines. And still we're about the same spec, I would say. Definitely 2 and 3 are suspect. They are still within spec technically. Close though, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but number 2 is at 6.5. Technically 8 or above would be out of spec, but still, to play it safe, I'm gonna replace those 2, number 2 and number 3. So yeah, there's your update, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching again.